Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we are going to be reviewing days 8 and 9 of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers OTAs. I decided to throw these together because, quite frankly, there wasn't a lot going on day number 8, and day number 9 has all been kind of newsy type stuff. You brought in Sterling Shepard, you brought in Cody Thompson, guys that I've talked about in separate videos already here on the channel, and really it's going to be more of a question of these guys competing. Like, take a look here from Greg Auman of Fox Sports. 13 receivers on the roster now. Taking out the top 4, so that is Mike Evans, that's Chris Godwin, that's Jalen McMillan, and that is Trey Palmer. 9 guys competing for 2 to 3 spots. You have Sterling Shepard, you have Cody Thompson. You've got Raheem Jarrett, Ryan Miller, Cephus Johnson, and Rayleigh Webb. And then you've got 3 undrafted guys, Cameron Johnson, who people have liked a lot in my comments section, Latrell Jones, and Tanner New. If I'm going to be completely honest, if I had to make some guesses for the last 2 to 3 spots, let's just say 2, because I don't know if the Bucs are going to carry 7 wide receivers. I'm going to say Sterling Shepard, and then either Raheem Jarrett or Cameron Johnson. Those would be my guesses. I think Sterling Shepard, I want to say he's a lock, but I guess ultimately we don't know. But I'm going to say he's a lock. In my opinion, I think he's a lock. After that, it gets very interesting. If you think Sterling Shepard's going to be a lock, then you have 8 guys competing for 1, 2 max spots. It's going to be an interesting conversation, right? You have the veteran Cody Thompson. I've talked about him in a separate video. I like Raheem Jarrett, former Maryland guy. I think that that's awesome. Cephus Johnson has a lot of interesting ability. Could they use him in some type of quarterback wide receiver hybrid role? Talked about that last season. Who knows? Rayleigh Webb was a good special teamer for the Patriots in the past. Cameron Johnson, another good, guy who may have some special teams ability. I know some people have wanted me to talk about this guy. Let's see if we can pull up his stats just so I can take a deeper look, because I know a lot of people are very intrigued about the idea of Cameron Johnson. First off, I want to see if we can actually get the right Cameron Johnson, not the NBA player. We're talking more of the wide receiver variety here. You take a look. Nothing great in terms of receiving ability. His best year was his last year at Northwestern, so shout out to him for that. But it's where you get, the potential, right, with Cam Johnson. Or is this even the... No, it's not even... What am I talking about? Hold on. Give me a moment. Cameron Johnson. Goodness gracious. I'm sitting here, I'm talking about the wrong Cameron Johnson. All right, hold on just a moment, folks. There. Now we're talking about the right Cameron Johnson. Goodness gracious. Okay. You go on here. You take a look. This is starting to look more of like what I was thinking of. He has 12 punt returns for 133 yards in his last year. You take a look. 16 returns for 310 yards as kick returning. Receiving 879 receiving yards, 7 receiving touchdowns. Very interesting to make a note of there. In my opinion, that was his best year, was this last year. 879 receiving yards, 7 receiving touchdowns in that mix as well. Very solid kick returner. He had 41 total returns in his collegiate career. He had 18 total punt returns. So this could be a guy that you view as a potential return man. 5'10", 170 pounds, by the way. I thought something was off. I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't seem right. But Cameron Johnson is a guy I know people have wanted me to talk about because of that returning ability, because of that possible special teams ability as well. So maybe he will be in that mix. I don't know. I think Sterling Shepard you can kind of view as a pure receiver guy. Everybody else, Thompson, Raheem Jarrett, Ryan Miller, Cephus Johnson, Rayleigh Webb, Johnson, Jones, and New, they're going to have to make their mark on special teams. I think that there's really no other way to put it. They are going to have to be impact special teams types of players. So it's going to be curious to see. I'm going to be interested to see which of these guys really shakes out the mold and is able to make a name for themselves. Again, you never know who can make an impact. I mean, Raheem Jarrett had regular season snaps last year, for goodness sakes. Like, it can be a thing, man. It can be a thing. So we'll see what happens. But guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions about days 8 and 9 of OTAs. What are your thoughts and opinions about it? What have you liked? Who do you think is going to be any breakouts in terms of this wide receiver room. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear them. Sorry for the Cameron Johnson thing, but at least I corrected it while we were talking. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. As always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.